Okay guys, so we got this 2015 Kia Sorrento. I just scanned it. I didn't do anything yet with the car. So I scanned it because I'm kind of worried that this is going to need a motor. Now we got this P0011 intake camshaft position over advanced, okay? So I saw that and I'm like, well, let's check the oil level because I'm worried that this might need a motor. It has 50,000 miles on it. And look at our oil level. Let's wipe this off. Our oil's really black, but it looks like it's over full. So we'll stick this back in here. Pull it back out. And look at that, we're way over full. Look how far up we are. Kind of worried that this might have gas in the oil. I'm gonna get a lighter real quick and see if this'll like burn at all. Okay guys, so it doesn't seem to flash up. Like I saw that little bit of a flash there, but we could try this again real quick. We may have to take a bigger sample out. Let's see. Yeah, I don't see anything. So I don't know if that's really a 100% test to know, because I'm just really worried that this is going to need a motor. I've had to send so many to the dealership. Like there's been like 10 of these that went to the dealership. So we see we have this in the history, okay? So what I did was I looked up on the computer. Let's come over to the computer real quick and I'll show you guys what I see. Let's see. So this is what happened. I went in here, I typed in our code right here, our over advanced, and the first procedure right here, it says check the signal from the camshaft position and crankshaft position sensor using the GDS. So if we click on this, look at this, they give us a known good waveform right here for the cam and crank. So I'm going to print this out, and I guess we'll get our scope and we'll see what happens. I'll show you guys what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to sit here, I'm going to start the car up, and we'll see if we can duplicate this issue. See if it'll start misfiring or anything. Let's go back, let's enter the engine, and we'll look at our cam crank. Let's see, do they give us misfires in here? Oh, there's a cam crank signal test. So this says it's all good so far. I don't know how long that stays. Let's see. Let's read data stream. I'm gonna look through this data stream real quick and see what I find. Okay guys, so I found some stuff in here. So we got our total misfires, and then we have this proper fuel adaptation, and then we have these current degrees. So it looks like they're at -112. Set point says 127. So I don't know if that negative's just a typo, or if we're in some kind of, I don't think we're in kind of limp mode yet, because, or default strategy, because we're not we don't have a check engine light. It may not, the engine might not be warm enough yet either to actuate these, because they might not do it cold. Let's see, let's bring up our engine temperature. Engine, or is it under coolant temp? There's an engine oil temperature. Let's see if we can bring that up. water temperature. There we go. So we're at 115. So we'll let this warm up because a lot of cars, they don't do the VVT till around like 130 to 150. So we'll just let this sit here. I'm sorry guys, I didn't realize that these were out of order. So the set points right here are matching exactly what our desired positions are. I'm sorry, our actual position. So set point says negative 112. And if you look at our exhaust right here, it says negative 112. The other one says 127. This one says 127. So I think we'll just have to wait for this to warm up, and then we'll take it for a ride or so, and we'll see if it acts up. Okay guys, the car's been warming up now for a while. We're 175 degrees. Let's try to brake torque this. Let's see if we get any type of misfire brake torquing. I'm not seeing anything. Let's try going in reverse. The problem is we have the hood open, so the hood might be stopping the sensor from, like the actuator, from getting hot, and then causing us to not get a misfire. So I guess we'll take this for a ride real quick and see if it can act up. Okay guys, so we're gonna go for a test drive real quick, and we'll see if we can get this to act up. I do hear a wheel bearing noise. Sounds like front left. Yeah, it's a wheel bearing noise. You hear it when we jerk the wheel. Let's see if we can get it to go the other way. Yeah, hear the noise change? You can even feel it in the wheel. I felt a little bit of roughness there. Look at our intake deviation right there. Look at the difference. The bottom's the actual. Man, guys, that wheel bearing does not sound good. Let's make a turn here. I think our camshaft's locked or something. Because like we don't see any more control going on. I'm gonna quick stop and I'm gonna back up and we'll see if we got a code that's set. That didn't set the check engine light yet. So guys, look at this. Now it says present. So it sees the code. So we got the issue. So I'm gonna quick go back to the data and I'm just gonna pick the intake side. And we'll see what we can do with it. Okay guys, so I tried clearing the code. So if I go back, see read fault code, no codes, okay? Let's see, we gotta go back down here. So if I go under, yeah, I tried cycling the key. So if we go under read data stream and we look at this sensor right here, it doesn't even, let's see, combined, it doesn't move. Like it doesn't even try to move. So let's try taking this back to the shop. Oh, there it goes. Now it's moving. Oh, look at the deviation, guys. Are we on the same scaling? Oh, we are in the same scaling too. Look at that. So that's our issue right there. It's probably going to set another code and then, see that? They might not be 100% accurate, but I don't think we should be seeing that much of a deviation. The current position is the green. The blue is the control. So let's see what happens when we leave here. Gotta wait for this light to turn. I don't like turning on red here because you can't see if there's any cars coming. So we'll just sit here. Should be changing soon. Let's see. Okay, so we should be good. That's not good right there, what we're seeing. There you go, it just, oh, I thought it defaulted. Now we defaulted, guys. It locked it. So I think we're gonna have to we know it's working electrically. You can see it's working electrically, so it has to be either the screen is messed up and dirty or the actuator's failing. Now I need to call to see if anybody ever put any other oil in this, because I did the oil change 3 months ago or something like that, so it shouldn't be over full unless it's been running really rough and it put a lot of fuel into the oil. That is a variable. Let's see. So we'll pull this inside, because I bet you if we stop this right now and we go back, we'll have our code. Right there, over advanced pending. Because we can't control it. Okay, so I just saw when we go under the special function, or it was actuation test, I think it was. No, special functions. We do have this, oh no wait, maybe it was actuation test. Oh yeah, it's actuation test. Oil control valve intake. Ignition on, engine off. So I'm gonna let this run here for a little bit, and then I'll get the scope out and we'll scope this and we'll see what it does. Okay guys, so I got the lab scope set up. So we got channel 2 is our 20 amp clamp, and we're on a 2 amp scale, and channel 1 is our 20 volt scale, and channel 1 is going into our sensor right there. We're probing the green wire, and then we got our amp clamp around one of the wires, and I inverted it because the signal was backwards. So I'm going to press start and we'll see what happens. So look at that. So I'm assuming it's seeing something wrong with the screen, because electrically we are perfect. Like, this is exactly what I'd expect to see, 1.2 amps or so, turning it on. And the hash is, it's just checking the circuit. Because when we're on, well, actually, sorry, the hash is it pulse width modulating that circuit once it sees it move, because the current goes up and then it keeps toggling it on. And then when it goes, because you can see when it goes up to 12 volts, there's no ground, and then that's when we have no current flow. And you can see our pintle. You can actually see our pintle moving right here. That's the pintle physically moving inside. Right there. Okay guys, so the sensor, or the actuator, just failed. You can see it pulsing. We can stop it. So we just stopped it. And we'll start it back up. So it started back up and we don't hear any clicking. And if we look at this, we don't have our pintle anymore. There's no movement from it. There you go, no movement. Okay guys, so I'm going to see if we can tap on that and get it to start moving. Because we can see we're electrically good, but we don't hear any more clicking. There it goes, it started clicking. You hear it? And we can see our pintle moving. Isn't that crazy? So guys, not sure if you're going to be able to hear this or not. I'm going to try using the stethoscope with you guys. Not sure if you'll be able to hear it, but it's definitely this wheel bearing. It is like stupid loud. So we're going to get a new wheel bearing put on here too. So guys, we got the wheel bearing off. Not sure if you guys can hear this. You might not be able to hear it, but it doesn't feel good at all. It's like starting to get notchy, and you can hear it. You can hear it making a noise. I don't know if you guys could hear that or not. Okay guys, so we got the new actuator here. Here's the old one, and we'll put the new one in and we'll see if this fixes it. It went right there. Okay guys, so we got the new solenoid in here. Got it all tightened down. We got a bunch of phone calls going on right now. So there we go. So we're gonna get our scan tool and we'll turn our key on. Let's turn our key on. Hopefully nobody wants to bother me right now. Let's see, we'll turn our key on. We'll grab our scan tool and we'll actuate this. Oops. Let's see, did we stay connected? I wonder if we stayed connected. Let's see. Oh, look at that. Look at our pintle now. Listen to the click. It's a solid click now. And look at this. Look at how low. I think our pintle's a lot lower now. Oh, and you can see it closing. Right here's our closing. I don't think we had the closing before. Like that. Look at that. See how consistent that is? That is awesome. I'm gonna let this sit here and fill the buffer up, and then we'll take the car for a test drive. And actually, I want to show you guys something. So right here, I think this voltage increase right here is from our pintle closing. It creates a magnetic field, and I think it momentarily bumps the voltage up. It's kind of cool. So like I said, I'm going to let this run, fill the buffer up, and we'll save it. Okay guys, so we're going to take the car out and we'll see if our wheel bearing noise is gone, which hopefully you guys will be able to hear because we got a new wheel bearing on. And we'll see if our oil control valve our oil control valve is working now. Let's see. I like to know what this is because I did this with the older one too. There we go, guys. That's what I like to see. It's probably going to learn how much to pulse it, and then it'll start matching up. And we should see them pretty close. Like, they're not always 100%, but they should pretty much mirror each other. Like, you shouldn't have a lot of deviation. You can see how we had some in the beginning, and then it started leveling off because it'll learn how much to pulse it to achieve its desired position. See that? Now we got a lot more of a mirror. So we'll take this down the street here. But look at that. Huge, huge, huge difference. Like I said, you will see some deviations in it. Usually the deviation has to stay there for so long. But you'll see. Well, it'll, as long as it's good, like most of the time, and we don't have any codes, it's gonna be a confirmed fix. So I'm gonna keep driving, and we'll go back and we'll look at it when I get back. Okay guys, so this seems to be working pretty well. Like, the lines are playing follow the leader. So I didn't see, let's see, I didn't see too many big deviations during the drive. You can see it. Like, there's some, but the car's liking it. It feels fine. Like, you don't feel like the loss of power like I had before. Like, depending on where you're at in the throttle, like, it just seemed like the car had no power to lock the cam. But now it feels pretty good. And we also don't have our howling noise. I don't know if you guys can tell, but there is no wheel bearing noise anymore. So that is awesome. And you can see, like, it is liking it. So this has been like a 15-minute drive now, and it didn't lock itself out. So we'll go back to the shop we'll look at this drive real quick, and then we'll analyze our captures after this. And I think we should be pretty good. Let's see. I just wonder how long that problem was going on for. See this? Look at that. Like when you're on back roads, that's when I saw it deviating more. But you got to also remember though, like when you're on back roads, you're constantly changing throttle. Your engine load's constantly changing, so it's going to try to command something, and then it's going to instantly change to something else because you're not doing anything consistent. It's like nothing's consistent when you're on back roads. Now if you're going down the highway, everything should be pretty good. Let's see. Let's save this. Okay. Let's go back. Let's go back, read fault codes. No trouble codes. Look at that, guys. Let's go back to home. Let's go to personal, I think. Is it my reports? Kia. I think it's this one. So this will be my test drive. So we'll submit these. Let's graph combined. And let's see. So you can see, like, while driving, it's pretty consistent. Like there's a little bit there, but if you watch the rest of this, boom, look at that. See, I mean, that's how it should look. Like I said, it's not going to be perfect. It can't be perfect. So you can see some discrepancies there. I think I was off the throttle there actually when it did that. But look at that. That's a way better than what we had. See, and in there it's all matching. So I'm liking it. So I'm gonna get this back to the customer, and we'll analyze our data then. Okay guys, so I wanted to show you guys the comparison between the two actuators in the car. So this is the one where we had to tap it to start it working. So you can see there's no pintle right here. Actually, we can make this full screen for you guys. So you can see there's no pintle right here. And if we move down this, let's see, here's the tail end of it. No pintle, okay? There's no movement. Keep going, look, here's where we tapped. See how high this pintle is right here? Look at this, we're almost at the top. Let's see if we can drag this up a little bit, so you get a better reference. So there you go. Look how close that is to our peak current right here. We're like over the 3/4 point. Let's go to the end. Look, we have this little bit right here. I think this is where our pintle was closing, because you can see our voltage. Our voltage went a little high there. Now look, it's lower. Okay, keep going down this. See, I don't think it's as high now. So there's that one. Let's go back to where we were, where it didn't go. Let's see, there we go. So we're at that point. Let's move this one over. Here's our new one. Let's see where our new one's at in relation to our voltage. Let's see. So this one, let's see if we can drag this up a little bit. We'll see. It might be close to the same. So we're at about 1.2 volts. Okay. So we'll drag this one up. Look at that, way lower. We're at like 1 volt on this one. So we'll drag this down. Now we're on two slightly different time bases here, but so there's that. So now let's look at the tail end. So we'll move over this way, and you can see this one right here. You can see our voltage still did the same thing right here, but you can see this is more defined. You can even open up a different a different one. Let's see. There we go. So this one might be the same as the last one. Let's see if that works better. There you go. I think our time base is the same on this one. Let's see if it's the same. 500 milliseconds. What's this one? 500. So there you go. Now they're both on the same time base. Let's go back to the front. You can see this one right here. Look at how different that looks. And if we go to the ends of them, you can see how much more defined this pintle closing right here is compared to the other one. See that? And if we go to where it stopped, there's where it stopped. You can see how this one's like always more defined. And I think when it stops, our voltage doesn't go. Let's see. Well, I guess our voltage still goes up, so maybe that's something else that's causing that voltage. But anyway, I hope you guys like it. I'll let you know if there's any issues. See you later.